Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Monster Crunch is a card game based on breakfast cereal from the 80s. Sure, they still sell them. I think they started around the late 70s, early 80s. And it's breakfast cereal, and that's what you're doing. Now, it's really a numbers game, or the theme is what it is. I think it's kind of cute, and it works okay. But I think that, just playing these numbers down, and you are seeing, if you can get rid of your cards. It's really like a shedding game, if you will. And it works in that regard. I think it's a really fun game. You play a couple of rounds, and it kind of goes on. I don't think it's going to give you whatever experience you want from eating the cereal. But I think it's a good time. Now, this is a game you can play with anybody. It's going to have a wide variety of people you can play with. I found the game to be fun. There's some interesting decisions that go into it. And you're playing your card in your hand. Got to know when to pass and when to try to get rid of things. And you're going to be scoring points. I think it's fine in that regard. Anything else, I would expect too much from it. But I think for a mass market game about shedding your cards and scoring those points, and it's based on breakfast cereal, I would say Frankenberry is the best, though. If you would nail me in, Frankenberry is the best. Here's Monster Crunch, the breakfast battle game. It's going to look like an old box of cereal. You're going to open it up. You're going to have this cardboard, which every player will have one of these, which looks like your cereal and has the name of the character on the back. Everybody's going to get their own milk and their own set of cards with their own cereal in their color. And then you're going to see enough to play 5 of these. You're going to have some extras here. And these are the bowls and the rules set in here. That's all of the components. The quality of these milk cartons are very nice cardboard. The cards I found to be very nice. A little bit on the thin side. They could have been a little bit thicker. But I like the look of them, and for a mass market game, I think it works fine. Here's the rulebook for Monster Crunch. It's very small, which is nice. Has a list of the components, but no pictures. Boo. You're going to have the object of the game and set up with a full picture, which is much appreciated. How to play with some pictures here. It kind of shows you how things are going. This is fine. Very easy to pick up. You have an example here that will help you out. End of the hand, combining cards with the milk tokens kind of explains everything through for you. Then on the back of it's going to go over the monster powers and scoring at the end of the game. There are 5 different characters you can play for up to a 5-player game. So the game very easy to set up. You take your cereal bowl, you take your 2 powers that you have. Each character is going to have 2. I'm not going to go over every one, but Count Chocula, place 1 card from your scoring pile back in the box and take a milk token. His other one is until the next round, players must play equal to or lower than the previous player. Then you'll take your deck, you'll shuffle it up, you'll draw 12 cards into your hand, and you're ready to start playing. Then the next player has to play a card that's equal to it, which could be 3, or something higher than it. In this case, he'll play an 8. Then if he played an 8, that means Count Chocula would have to play a card that's either equal to it or higher. In this case, maybe he'll play the 8 card. And that will continue on until somebody passes. In addition, you have these milk tokens. And the milk tokens will allow you to play multiple cards. If on your turn you're unable or unwilling to play a card, you'll just take these cards, put them in your scoring pile, and then you'll take a milk token from the supply, and that will get you an extra milk token when you pass. Unless you're the last person to pass, in this case Frankenberry, then you would take your scoring cards, you would score those, but you do not get an extra milk token. At the end of the round, whatever cards you have left in your hands will continue to stay in your hand, and then you will draw up for the next round. So you take the cards left over in your hand, then you draw 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you always have 12 plus whatever cards you had left over in your hand from the last round. So let me explain the milk tokens really fast. If somebody plays a card, let's say Frankenberry had played a 9. Count Chocula may not have anything that can beat that, but he could spend a milk token and play 2 cards. He could play a 5 and a 5 that equal 10. So if Frankenberry had played the 9 and Count Chocula didn't have any cards higher or equal to 9, he could spend a milk token. And he would have a choice of either playing 2 cards that are equal and equal more, so the 5s would equal more than a 9, or he could play 2 cards in ascending order, say a 7 and an 8, which would equal 15. In addition, like I said, each character is going to have these one-time powers. So once you use this power, then you set it aside. It's out of the game for the rest of the game. At the end of the game, you count up the number of cards, not the values, the number of cards in your scoring pile. Whoever has the most cards is eating the most cereal, and they are the winner of the game. Who should buy this game? This game is a keeper for us because I think the breakfast cereal thing works with my family. I like the IP of it. I don't have a lot of these shedding games. I think it works. It's colorful, which I like. And if it sounds like something, hey, you want to play with just about anybody, you want a little small card game, or the box is way too big for what it needs to be, I think this could do it for you. Take a look at it. It's one of those, like, if you have the nostalgia for it, it's going to go up, which it did for me. But, it's a middle-of-the-road type of game. For me, it's going to be a keeper.